on right now. It's okay, so basically what I did, just to make sure that everyone can see, is I first went ahead and I took out the texture, and then I made it seamless beforehand, before then putting it back into here. Man, Cox Internet is doing awful today. So my system specs, for those who are curious as to what I'm running on, I am running on, it's an Asus motherboard, a Z97, I think it's a Z97, AC Wi-Fi and all that. And then it's got a GTX 970 as well as 24 gigabytes of RAM. Megabytes would not be pretty. And then an i7 3967. So yes, GIMP it's basically GIMP doing magic, but there's also some other stuff that I do with it. So, well, yes, there's the magic side of GIMP. There's also some other stuff that I do. So I did that make seamless, and if we actually just export the make seamless, it actually still, it looks better, but it still does not look perfect. And I'll go ahead and I'll show that real quick. So make seamless is all we've done so far now. So if we render that, it looks a little bit better, but it still just looks weird and repetitive. You'll notice that it's not going horizontally or vertically, it's going diagonally, which is a little bit better, but it's still not perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to again paste it over like this, and when we get to each side we're going to do that transformation. So flip horizontally there, flip vertically here, and then flip both horizontally and vertically here. And what this is going to do is this is going to make it look, should make it look a lot better. So in this case, now it looks more decorative, and it doesn't have that same kind of repetition. There's other things you can do to make it less, look less repetitive still, but this actually looks very, very good compared to that original texture that we started out with. And that's why I generally do this this way, is that it looks so much better. And we can go ahead and we can see the original if we do that. If we go through and we run it now, this is what we started with. We tried some other stuff to make it look better, but ultimately I find that the best way to make it look good is to use a combination of GIMP's Make Seamless as well as that 4 patterns with flipping horizontally and vertically. And we'll go over this a little bit more. I've used this to make some really amazing looking carpet, in my opinion, amazing looking, as well as some other stuff. Yeah, it's still not pretty because it's ugly, ugly bathroom tiles stuff. But if you take out a carpet, for example, so the way that I take all of these photos is I actually, when I do game design, what I do is I just take my phone camera here, and I basically take pictures. I even out the lighting a little bit, and I take the pictures, and that's how I do it. And if you get the lighting even enough, it actually comes out very well doing this technique. So this is kind of a basic texturing tutorial. It's very simplistic right now. And we'll go over multiple objects and texturing and stuff. But this is kind of the basic start for it and everything. I am actually, so next weekend I will be streaming once again. And what we're actually going to be going over is we're going to be going over basic model importing using OpenGL's. Ooh, that looks really awesome now. So let me go ahead and set this back to its normal state. Set that back to be the way it was. So so next weekend what we're going to do is we're going to go over basic model loading. What we're going to do for that is we're going to show how to load what is called an OBJ model. Excuse me. And we're going to go actually creating your own loader. That way you don't have to worry about importing an extra library or anything. We're not going to worry about all that. And it's actually pretty straightforward, and you'll actually be able to export everything from Blender. If you want to go ahead and take a look at that and start trying to make some models, Blender is free, it's open source, it's fantastic, I think, because of that. But I know a lot of people like other programs better. But that's what we're going to use. If you have another program to make OBJ models, you can of course use that. But we're going to go over how do you load them, we're going to go over some basic texturing, and all of that. And so hopefully by the end of next week, we can actually then sit down in the following video and make a very quick rudimentary first-person shooter with that information. It'll be very simple. It's not going to have physics. It's not going to have all these levels and stuff, like levels as in height. You know, you're not going to have stairs going upstairs or anything like that. But it'll be a basic little first-person shooter that you can run around in, shoot some stuff. We also might cover some basic texture animations. That's a pretty cool one, so you can get some kind of Doom-style graphics going. So that's kind of what's going on for the future. Now I do have some other stuff coming up that I'm going to announce probably next weekend. It's some exciting stuff. It's some cool stuff. It's related to a game jam I'd like to do. Yes, Asim. I'm going to actually bring that up. Thank you for pointing that out, Toger. If you don't want to do OBJ, another great one that we'll go over, and I'm going to go over all of this in future videos. Like, we'll probably end up using this at some point. I want to start from basics, though, and go from there. This won't be in the YouTube link list because this is not for today's tutorial, but this is a great library if you really want something to look at. This is a library for importing all of these different model formats. It handles them all for you and lets you load them and use them. It is a beautiful library. I love it so much. I used it on a senior project once and it was great. I think I did. I can't remember now. But we'll go over model loading at some point. I'm going to leave that off to the side so I do not forget to address that next week. But all of these links here for this will be in there, and you can go through. I'll look into this anisotropic filtering and kind of come back with an answer. Okay, so the game jam. I'm going to be running a game jam again this year. Last year it was called Code a Game. And actually, wait a sec. Game jam. There's it. So last year I ran Code a Game. It didn't go as perfectly as I had wanted because I kind of made some dumb rules and such with all of that. So this year we will be going and I will be doing this again, but it will not have a theme. I have already decided we will not do some weird theme. It's going to be very straightforward of make what you want. And I'm excited to kind of announce that I have judges this year that I am planning out, and I'm really excited to share who they will most likely be, but until I have confirmed with the people I'm planning to ask, I don't want to do that. But definitely keep an eye out. Start thinking of what you'd be interested in making. I had said originally no Unity. This year, Unity, Unreal, all of that will be allowed if you'd like it. However, I do encourage you to make your own game engines using this. Yes, there should be prizes again. I am looking to getting some prizes, and I'm actually hoping, depending on what goes on with some stuff, I might be able to get us some really cool prizes. I'm really excited for this, guys. I love running these kinds of things, and I'm really excited to do this with you guys. But it is going to take some time to plan out. I was hoping that I could do it in April, but April time frame is just not going to work out. But I am happy to tell you guys it will happen. Hopefully it'll happen early summer. That way everybody who has school and stuff will be done. But there is a game jam coming. It will be run and it will have judges. It will have awesome prizes. The theme is going to be non-existent, so you will have your freedom and everything. So yes, look for that. More information in the future. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. That's it for today. Toger, thank you for helping out with some stuff. Ray March, I will be going over I will look into that anisotropic filtering for you and try and get you a response on how that's implemented and how drivers and such are implemented. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate everybody who's leaving comments and questions. It really makes me happy to see people interacting with the videos. And again, if you're interested in watching them, what were the prizes from last year? Oh, this is a cool one. So let me go ahead and get some of those out, because I actually have some leftovers. I've been thinking about throwing them around. So I still keep them in the boxes. So last year we had a few different things. This year's prizes will probably be even better. But one of the big things I was able to get were Microsoft t-shirts. This is what they look like here. They're just pretty simple and straightforward. There's also another variation of it right here, which is a little bit bigger. So we had some Microsoft t-shirts like this. We also had, if I can have it somewhere up here, I think I might have put it downstairs somewhere now, but there were Microsoft water bottles as well. The other thing that we gave out were Google Cardboard headsets, which I think we easily ran out of. And, oh, no, here's one, Google Cardboard headsets. And the final thing, this is kind of my favorite one that we gave out, and I know that a lot of people are probably going to think I'm weird for liking this, but Google gave out some socks. Google socks. How many people in the world can say that they have a pair of Google socks? So those were the prizes from last year. They were pretty simple, but like I said, this year's prizes are going to be even more exciting if I have anything to say about it. I'm really excited to talk about what I'd like to do with this, but I can't say anything quite yet until I have everything ironed out. I don't want to get people's hopes up with awesome stuff until it's all official, but keep an eye out for this. I will, of course, announce it on the stream. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on everywhere that I can put it. And please, if you guys like these, spread the word. I try and advertise on Reddit and stuff sometimes, but I'm always a little worried about spamming this. I don't want to spam this. I want people who enjoy this to come and find this. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any more questions, I am here for a few minutes until I go out to run some errands and such. And again, all of this will be on YouTube. If you want the YouTube links, they'll be down below in the Twitch stream. If you're on YouTube, just go to my channel and you can find it. So I think that's it for the time being. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope that you've enjoyed this series. I know that this one was a little bit longer so far, approaching an hour and a half. But thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you to Togo for helping out with some of these questions and such. And thank you to Ray March for pointing out some good challenging questions. I will look into that and I will let you guys know next week's stream video. Next week we'll be going over modeling. So get your shapes and models ready and we'll start loading those up into our programs and games. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next weekend.